find that I have 4 folders. So the very first folder I have is the final code, the second folder we have in the final testing, the third folder we have is the starter file, and the last folder we have is the template. So I'm going to give you a walkthrough of each one of these folders, that what we will have inside that and how you can get this entire code so you can continue this project. So let me show you the first, run the final code, and let me show you that how it's going to look exactly. So what I will do, I'll click here, I'll come up here, and I will simply open up my terminal. So this is the exact folders you will get when you will download the code, and I will tell you at the end that how you can download the code and how you can deploy the final code, okay, if you don't want to use the contract which I have deployed. So what I will do now, first thing I have to do is I have to get into the final code folder. Okay, I have to get inside that. So I'll say cd final code, and here I am into the final code. Now I have to get into the clients and I have to install all the packages. So cd clients, and now I have to install all the packages, because when you will get this code, we don't have node mods, we haven't installed any packages, so we have to install the packages. So what I will do, I'll type npm install, and it's going to install all the packages which we have used in the project. So you can see it will take a little bit time. In your case, it will also take a little bit time because it depends on the internet speed and the package. So if I open this one, you can see right now we have installed all the dependency, and we have this node modules folder inside that. So I'll simply clear up my terminal, and now what I will do, I will simply get out of this folder and I have to go into the web3 folder and install the packages there as well. So I'll say cd ... and here I am. Now I have to get into the web3 folder, and here I am into the web3 folder, and now I have to install the dependency for that. So npm I, and it will install the packages. So you can see here we have the packages, the node modules. So we have done the installation both in the client side and the web3 side. So looks fine. I will simply clear the terminal, and now what I will do is the contract is already deployed. Okay, the contract which I'm using in the final code is already deployed, and I have also created couple of properties into that. So I'm going to use the same contract. So I'm not going to deploy, I'm going to use the same contract, and when you will get the code, you will have the same structure and the same contract. So all you have to do is simply type, go back, and then you have to type, go inside this client, and then you have to start the application, npm run dev, and the application will start on localhost 3000. So it's starting. Now what we have to do is come back to the browser and click on this localhost 3000, and that's how it's going to look. So right now we are getting this error message, failed to auto connect to wallet. So this error is happening in development. When you will deploy on the production, you won't have this issue. So simply reload the browser and this will fix the issue. You can see we don't have the error and everything is working fine. I have already created couple of properties to this marketplace, and you can see here we have the property. Some of the properties have the interest, some of the properties has no interest. You can see we have all of the properties here. We have different categories. So these are the demo data. You can fetch the final data, which I have explained in the upcoming videos when you will completely follow the project. Here we are displaying the top property lister, so those who will create their property and will display their address and their price. And here we are displaying the top categories. Okay, so what I will do now, let me show you that how the detail page would look like. So what I will do, I will simply come up here, I'll click on this, and this will take me to the detail page of the property, and here we are fetching the information about the property. So you can see we have the image, we have the name, we have the ID, we have the comments. So, and here you will find all the comments of the users and how many likes they have got on their comments. So you can see all of the information that you will find here. So now you will find all of the users, all of the people who are interested in this particular property. So it looks fine. Here you will find the details about the property, name, descriptions, address, ID. And now what I have to do is I'm going to simply connect my wallet. Click on connect wallet. It's going to open my MetaMask. I will simply pass my credential. Okay, here I'm into my MetaMask and I'm connected with the application, and you can see we have the avatar, and here I'm displaying my balance. This is the balance I have, and this one is the demo one. You can remove that one. And the best part of this is that you can easily able to disconnect. Click on this and you will be disconnected. Then connect and you will disconnect. It's working fine. Click on that. Now what I will do is here you will find all the comments details. Now what I will do, I'm going to simply create the comment. So click on this and let me type the comment. Thanks Daulat for this amazing property. You can type thanks Daulat for the project, or I'm subscribing to your channel. I'll click on this add review and it's going to make the transaction. So it will open the MetaMask, and here I'm going to confirm the transaction. So just wait, click on confirm, and here we are confirming the transaction. So you can see the loader is working absolutely beautifully. So it's taking a bit time because blockchain, when you do transaction on the blockchains, it takes times. And finally we have done the transaction, and you can see the browser will reload and it's going to fetch the information. So right now you can see that we have this hash in the URL. So maybe I have attached this hash in the button, add button, that's why we are getting that one, but you can easily able to fix that. So I will simply remove that and I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to reload the browser and we'll have the data. So just wait, it's loading, and here we have the data of this property. And if you come back here, if you click on this, right now you can see we have 5 comments. Click on this comment, and here you will find the comments we have created just now. So this is the comment which I gave just now. Thanks dollar for this amazing property. And the best part of this, that you can easily able to like their comment. So if you find that someone have given good comment, you can like their comment. So let me like it. Click on this. Okay, it's taking a little bit time. What I will do, I'll try to click, let's say one more time, and it's going to open the MetaMask. So here you can see, here we have the MetaMask, and we have to make the transaction for liking this particular comment. Click on confirm, and it's going to make the transaction. So just wait, it's taking a bit time, and it's happening. And here finally the transaction completed, and it's going to reload the browser. You can see the browser is reloaded, and here you will have the and here you will have this, and you have liked this particular comment. You can see the one like it got. So it's working fine, and here you will find all the users have interest in this particular property. So that's also looking fine. Here you will find the recent comment, and here you will find the property stats, the time, the comment, the interest, and the price. So all of this is working fine. Now if I come up here, if I want to buy this property, so I can simply buy it. If I click on this, I will click on this to buy this property. So right now the property owner of this, so right now the owner of the property is account number 3, and I want to buy from account number 1. Okay, so here I have to make the transaction. So right now I have to send this much ether, confirm, and then I will simply buy the property. So just wait, the transaction is happening, it's in pending, and very soon the transaction will happen and it will reload the browser. So the transaction got completed, and here it's reloading, and now you will see that I bought this NFT. So I bought this property. So if I scroll down here, it says that you cannot buy your own property because we have purchased this property. And the best part of this buying and selling, that whenever someone will buy your property, we are not holding their fund into the contract, we are directly sending their fund to their wallet address. So if I bought the NFT, I bought the property, so whatever amount I paid, that amount will go straight away to that particular user who have listed their property for selling. Okay, that's the logic we have built. So this one is also looking fine. Add, comment, buy, and here you will find all the properties which we have created to this marketplace. Now if I come back to the author, here you will find all the property for the authors who have registered. So if I come here, and here you can see it's loading, so just wait. Here you will find all the property which I have listed, and the pricing and all, and here you will find all the properties to the marketplace. So come back here, and the best part is that you can easily able to update the data of the property. So right now you can see we have this update button. So if I come here and if I click on this update, I can simply update the property. So it will take me to this particular page, update, and here I can simply update the property. So I can change the title, I can change the image, I can change the category, and all of this thing. So I can simply update the property. So that looks pretty fine. Now we'll come back here. So I'll come back to the author page. That looks good. It's fetching the information. So we have that one. If you click on this, you can redirect to the detail page, and there you will find all the information about the property. So you can see everything is working fine. We don't have any bug into our project. So that's looking pretty fine. So just wait. So here you can see we have all the information about this property. And now what we can do is, if you want to change, so just imagine that you are owner and you want to change the price of the property, you want to charge higher amount or a less amount, you can do that as well. So if you click on that, here you will have this button, click on this update price, and it's going to open this model, and from here you can update the pricing of the property. So earlier it's 0.2, now I have to upgrade to 5, and click on, it's going to make a transaction and it's going to update the pricing of the property. So you can see it's working fine. Click on confirm, and the transaction is happening. So just moment, The transaction is happening in the background. You can see that the transaction went through, and you can see, you will find the updated price. You can see the price is changed from 02 to 05. So we updated the price. So that one is looking fine. And if you come back to the create, so you can also create the property. So here we are on the create page, and here we have two options to create the property, mainly the image. So if you allow the user to upload the image right here on the marketplace, you can do that. So for that, we're going to use Pinata service, and we're going to upload that image to the IPFS. So that's the service we're going to utilize it. Or you can do one thing, you can allow user to paste the URL of the image. So just imagine that they have the image somewhere else and they have the URL, so they can paste the URL and they can create the property. So we're going to provide these both options, but in this video I'll show you that how someone can paste the URL and upload that, create the property. But when you will get the final code, in that we'll have the entire functionality. All you have to do is to get the private key and secret key from the Pinata, which I will tell you that how you can get it in the upcoming videos. Okay, and we're going to allow user to add the property images right from here. Okay, so what I will do, just for the time being, let's ignore that one. Let me show you. If you do the inspect element, it's not going to work because we have to get the Pinata secret key or the private key. So if I click on that, you can see it will open up the pop-up and it will have the image. So I will click on that and you will see that. So you can see we have that one, and if I click on this upload, it's going to make the transaction. It says that unable to open because we have to provide the IPFS key. So here I'm doing two checks. So if I click OK, it will say image uploaded successfully, but the image is not uploaded. Okay, so make sure to follow the upcoming videos. That will makes more sense, that how we can get our private key and how we can allow uploading, which I will cover in detail. And that's why I try to make a separate video on this particular topic, because many of you don't have the credit card or a debit card, and because of that you guys not able to create your account in Infura. So that's why I thought let's make a video on the Pinata and show you in a specific way that how you can utilize it. So it looks pretty fine. Don't need to worry about that uploading image. We can do by pasting the URL. So I will simply click here and I will go to the Pinata, simply open a new tab, and what I will do, I'll simply type Pinata IPFS. I have already created my account, so make sure to create your account. Simply open up this particular website, and I have my account, so I will simply log into my account, and here you can see this is the exact dashboard you will find. I have already uploaded a lot of images to the Pinata IPFS, and that's all you will find here. So here I'm into the file section. Here you will find all the files. You can simply copy and you can view. So you can see you can simply copy the hash of the image, which again I will tell you that how you can utilize it in the upcoming video. And you can simply click on this and you can view the images which you have uploaded to the IPFS. So I will click on that, and this is the image I have uploaded to the IPFS. Simply copy that one, and that's what I'm going to paste here. So simply paste here. So I will give the name of the property. I'll say government. So say government housing, and I will paste the image URL. So this is the image URL. Then I will select the category. So it's going to be office, and I have to type the description. So for that I will open the blockchain coder, because you will get the complete source code. So whatever folder and files we have in the final project, like the testing one, the final code, the starter file, the templates, that's all you will get here. So come here, click on this. Here you will have the resource. Simply come up here, and from here you can click and get the code. Okay, you can get it by making a small contribution to our team. I will simply grab this one, copy this one, come back here. I will simply paste here, and I will simply give the price to our property. So I'll say 56.56, and here I will give the address. So I'll simply come up here. I will grab this particular one, copy, come back here, and I will paste here. Now you have these two buttons. You can preview the entire data you have provided. So click on that, and here you will have the preview, the images, and down below we have display the demo images. You can take more images from the user. It's totally up to you. And here we have this pricing. Now click on create. Here you can see the transaction is taking place. It will open up the MetaMask, and we have to make the transaction. So just wait, the transaction is happening, and here we have, simply click on confirm, and right now you can see it's saying that two transactions. So right now we are in the development, that's why it's saying two transaction, but when we will go into the production it won't say that. So make sure to reject the second transaction, because you don't want to create two property with the same name, same data. So here you can see the transaction went through. We have successfully created the property. If you come back to the explore author, here you will find the property which you have listed just now. So what I will do, it's fetching the information, fetching the data. So just wait. and that looks fine. So here we have all the data, and this is the property we have listed. This is the one. You can click on that and you can have all the details. This is the property ID, and here you have all the information about this particular property, pricing and all. Everything is looking fine. You can see all of the data we have. So this is the final code. Okay, it's 100% working. You can do almost everything. You can able to have all of these pages like activity, author, create, creator, explore. So you can able to find all the data, and it will be there in the pages. Again, I'm telling you that we're going to have a separate video, and that we're going to attach the Pinata IPFS, and we will allow user to upload the image right from here without pasting the image URL. Okay, so make sure to follow that. So that looks pretty. You can see that this final code is working absolutely fine. So when you will get the code, this is how you can test. This is how you can test. Simply bring it down, and what I will do, I will simply open this one, and I will simply open this one, go back to the context, and here you can see this is the entire final context we have written with all the modifications. This is the address of the contract we have deployed to the Polygon test network, and if you don't want to use this particular contract, you can deploy your own contract and you can paste that address, which I will show you live in the end of the video. Okay, so you can see this is the address of the contract, which looks pretty fine to me. Now I'll simply close that one, and here we have this web3, and this is the final code of the contract. So this particular contract has no bug, but the code we have written earlier, we have a lot of bug in that, which I will cover in the upcoming video, and I will show you that what are the bugs we have and what kind of problem it's creating. Okay, but this final smart contract is absolutely working fine. We have no bug, and I have already fixed all of the bugs in this final one. So you can see we have all of this. We have the buy property, we have the all properties, add reviews, get product reviews, highest product, and all of the things we have. So we have also included functionality like if you want to charge money from the users who are listing their property, you can do that by calling this function, but I would not recommend you to do that. Okay, but we have this function I have included into this in case if you want to take money from them for listing, so you can charge. So that looks pretty fine. So this is the entire smart contract, updated smart contract. Now if I come back here in package.json file, these are the packages we are using, and if you come back to the hardhat config file, this is the exact setup you have to do if you want to deploy your contract. So you have to get your own private key. So you can see you have to paste your own private key, and then you have to do the exact setup. You don't need to do any changes, just paste your private key and deploy the contract. So close this one. So this final code is absolutely looking fine. We don't need to do any changes, and at the end I will show you that how you can simply delete the artifact, delete the cache, and redeploy the contract if you want. Now let me show you that what you will have into this template, because what I'm going to do is I'm not going to code the entire template, the UI part from scratch, because if we do that, it's going to take a lot of. So I'm going to provide you the entire template which we're going to use and plug that into our UI, and we're going to connect the functionality to make it live. Okay, so if I come back, if I simply come here, so you can see this is the entire final code we have, and let's open up your terminal first, and let me stop this because the application is already running. Now I will simply out from this final code, I will go out of that. Okay, not so first I have to get out of this final code file. I'll say cd dot, so I will come to the main directory, and from here I have to get into the template folder. So I'll say cd template, and here I'm into the cd template, and now I have to install all the packages. If I open that one, you can see we have all the folder and file, all the templates, all the codes which is already there. So this particular template is 100% ready with the demo data. All we have to do is to feed the actual data. So I'll say simply I have to install the packages. So you can see we have all of these packages. Let's install that. We'll say npm I, and here we have the packages. So we have the node modules working absolutely fine. So this will take a little bit time depending on your internet speed. So just wait. Here you can see we have installed the package, and now we have to simply start the application. Simply create npm run dev, and here we have the application is running on localhost 3000. Now come here. What I will do, I'll simply click on this logo, and it's taking a little bit time. So what we can do is simply close all these open tabs. Come here, close this one, and click on this localhost, and here you can see it's working fine. Here we have the entire templates. So this template is working absolutely fine. It has all the demo data. You can see this is the entire UI. All we have to do is to feed the actual data of our property. If I click on this about, this one, click about, reload the browser, and that looks pretty fine, working fine. If I come back to the collection, so this is how the collection would look like. We have this collection. If you come here, if you go to the activities, that's how the activity section would look like. If you go to the connect, so this is how the connect section would look like. You can allow user to connect with multiple wallet. This is how the create page would look like. They can simply click and they can upload the images. It's working fine. Okay, if you come to the creator, so here you will find all the creators who have listed the property into the marketplace, and here we have the details. So this is the detail page. You can see this is the exact detail page. We have to do the modification. You can simply switch and you will have all of this property. We'll come to the product and we'll have the product section. Here you can display all the property. Then we have the block. So we have included the block section as well. You can have that one as well. This is the block details. Block detail we have, and here you will find all of these things, all of the information. Now come here in the contact. So here we have the contact form. Okay, you can simply add that feature, allow user to contact you. Then we have the explore. This is the explore section we have in the project. You can see they can completely come and explore all the different categories property, and they have the forget one. So if you want to allow a backend part, you can do that as well. Login and emails, all of the things. And this is the 404 error we have. If you come back to the forum section, so it has the forum section, so you can include where you allow user to talk about this property and some ideas. Okay, here we have the login. So if you want to add a centralized functionality, you can do that as well. Come back to the news. Here you will have the news section where you can allow user. Then we have the privacy and the policy which you need to have when you will make this application live. Then we have this ranking. So here you can display all the ranking of the properties. Okay, you can do the comparison that which one is getting more sale, which one is getting more highlighting. Okay, this is the sign up, again centralized feature, then you can include that one. And here we have the upcoming. So if you have any upcoming project, upcoming feature, that's one you can include. Come back to the editing. So here you can provide, allow user to update their profiles. Okay, so you can change the cover image and they can change their profile update. And here you will have different tab which can allow them to update the information, so they can edit the name, all of the things. This is the block section we have, and reload the browser. This looks pretty fine. And if you come to the contact, reload the browser, and we'll have this animations and all. They can contact you, so it looks pretty fine. Let's come back to the VS Code, and you can see, scroll it down, stop the application from running. And this is the exact template. We're going to use it, we're going to modify it, and we're going to simply add in the project. So first we have to get out of this template folder, and what I will do is simply stop this one, and this is the starter file. So if you want to start it from scratch, you can simply come up here. You can find that we have nothing in the context, it's absolutely empty. And we have this page components. Inside that we have all of this component, but none of this component has the code. None of this component has the code, but here we have this index, and in that we have imported all the components. So this is the entire starter file, all of the components we have. This is the files, all of the things which you have here. So you can see so many components we have. This is the loader we have, all of these things we have here. So this is the entire component which we are using, and here you will find all the pages which we have created in this project. And this is the category. This is the reusable component which we're going to use for display different data. So that's one we have. You can see this is the app.js normal. We haven't done any configuration because it's a starter file. This is the 404 about our activities, all of the things. So none of this pages has any code in that. Simply close this one, and here we have the public. In this public folder you will find all the assets which we have used in this project. In the template you have seen that we have a lot of images, a lot of data, and that all data is coming from this public folder. So inside the public you will have the activity, in that you will have the images related to the activities. We have the banner, all the different banners you will find here, big, small. This is the background, and this is the blog images. So all the images you will find here. So when you replace the images with your images, keep that one thing in mind, that you have to follow the same naming conventions, okay? Otherwise it will throw you an error. So we have the clients images, we have the collections, then we have the contact, this is the connect, this is the icons we have in the project, all of the icons, and this is the JavaScript. So all the JavaScript we have written for the project in terms of animations, open model, closing, pop-up, responsiveness. So that's all JavaScripts coming from here in this JS folder. And the reason why you have to provide any external JavaScript files which you want to call in the Next.js application, it's always better that you have to put into the public folder. Okay, so we have this JS folder, in that you will have all the custom JavaScript we have written, Bootstrap, all the features we have imported here. Okay, you don't need to do any changes in that, you don't need to worry about it at all. These are for animations, all of the things for pop-up, and this is the mini.js we have written, so you don't need to worry about that. In the project I will show you, in the next video I will show you that how you have to utilize it, how you have to do the setups, so everything would be covered. So don't be confused that we're going to cover every single thing. So this is the entire JavaScript, this is the main file. So all of these codes are looking fine. Here we have the logo, we have the portfolio, we have different images, that looks fine, all of the images we have, and this is the profile. So all of the assets we have keeping inside this public folder, and here we have the assets. In the style folder we have this assets folder, inside that we have the entire CSS file. So we have this CSS folder, in that you will have this two folder, plugins and vendor. So if you open the plugin, in that we have this two CSS file, that's two CSS file we have, and here we have the vendor, so we have all of this CSS file. Okay, that's a huge line of code we have written for this. So we have this, and this is the custom CSS file we have written. So you can simply scroll and you can able to have, like, it has close to 27,000 line of code we have written. This is the font, which again don't need to worry about that, and this is the images. So you don't need to worry about that, because we're not going to call the images from this asset folder, we're going to call it from the public folder. And this is the same JavaScript we have here, so I have provided you guys. And here we have the mapping, so it's also given in the Sass. So if you want to use the Sass CSS, you can take it. And this is the global.css. So what I'm doing in this, I'm importing all the CSS file which we have in the project. So if you come back to the asset, inside the CSS, inside the asset folder we have the CSS, and in the CSS we have this plugin and vendor, and these all CSS we are importing. You can see we have the plugin, we have the vendor, and that's all we are importing, and that's what we are exporting from this global. So that's the setup we have done. I hope it's making sense to all of you guys that what we are doing. And here you will have this utils folder as well. Simply come here, and this is the util function. So as I told you that there are some function which repeated over and over again no matter what application you build. So these are the couple of function which I'm going to use it, which again I will going to provide it once you will download the code. So this is the day left, this is the calculating percentage, this is the checking for the image, and this is for getting the top creators, and it is going to return the address and the amount of property they have. So that's the starter file, and this is the Next.js config, which you don't need to do anything in that. And this is the entire package.json file, and this is the entire package.json file, all the packages which we are using in this project, okay, which you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so this is the entire starter file, this is the entire starter file. Close this one, close this one, and here we have in the web3, you can see that we have this artifact and cache. You can simply delete that one. It's no need to keep it like it, because when you will deploy the contract, it will automatically get created. Okay, so I will simply come here and I'm going to delete it. Simply let's cancel this one, and what I will do is I will simply come back to the contract. You can see this is the empty contract, so you can start creating from scratch. And this is the artifact, simply delete that one, I don't need that. And this is the cache, I'm going to delete that as well. So that looks fine. And this is the entire node module, and this is the exact setup you have to do. So if you want to do with the, so if you want to start with the starter file, you have to paste your private key, and the rest would be fine. You don't need to do changes in that, just paste your private key. So it's looking pretty fine. Now to get a private key, come here and make sure to connect it with the Polygon Mumbai. I'm already connected with that. Click on this three dot and click on this account details, and click on this here, type your credential and click confirm. It will give you the private key. Simply select that one, copy, and that's what you have to paste here. Okay, you have to paste your private key. Okay, this is the error. Simply go back and paste one more time and come and cut it and paste it. Okay, so this is the private key and you are ready to deploy the contract. That's the only thing you have to do here in the hard config file. Close this one, and I believe all the things are making sense to all of you guys. So I hope you guys have a better idea that what we have inside the template, what we have inside the starter file. And now let me show you that what we have inside the final testing, because this is the entire piece of code. This is the exact contract which we have inside this folder we're going to use in the upcoming videos. And at the end we're going to change the contract and we're going to use the final contract, the updated contract. Okay, so if I open that, you will find a similar architecture. You can see similar structure. We have all of this function in the context, but it's not properly optimized. We have a couple of bugs which we're going to fix, and I will show you in the upcoming videos that what are the bugs we have and why we have to fix in such a way and how we can optimize it. Close that one. This is the all component, but each one of these component had this pre-built code. Okay, all of this code we have already divided. Okay, all of this is the pages. All of this pages has the code. Okay, all of the things are looking fine. So it's working absolutely amazingly. This is the public folder we have. This is the client we have. Now let me show you that how you can start and deploy it. Okay, you have seen that how final code is work. You have seen that how template is work, how the starter file is work. Now we are testing with the final testing. So simply stop the application from running and we have to get out of this particular folder. So we have to get into this final testing folder, and then we have to get into the client and we have to install the dependency, because when you will download the code, this is the exact you will get and you will have no node model. So first thing you have to install the packages. So let's type npm I and we have to install that one. And here we have installed the package. It's happened very quickly, but in your case it will take some time. So simply clear the terminal, and now we have to get out of this folder and we have to go into the web3 folder and we have to install the packages. So it's happened very quickly. We have the packages. Now we'll come out of that folder and we go into the client and we have to start the application. So the one thing you have to keep in mind, so let me open up the application, then I will tell you what you have to keep in mind. So let's come up here, and what I will do, I will simply close this one, open a new tab, and let's start the application localhost 3000. And you can see the application is working fine, but the contract we are using in the final code and the contract we are using in this final testing, both are the two different contracts. That's the thing you have to keep in mind, that the code we are using in the final one, that one is the updated one, the advanced one, and this one is the testing one. And we have already created a couple of properties here. You can see we are fetching the information and it looks pretty fine. You can see we have all of this property we have listed, and it looks almost like the final one, but there are two problems we have in the contract. So you can see you can easily able to get the data of the property. You can easily able to get that. You can see the data is loading, and here we have the data of the property. All of the things are working fine. You can simply buy the property. No, and the problem we have in this contract is that when you will try to buy the property, it will throw you an error. The buying process will not happen. Okay, so what I will do, I'll simply do one thing. And the problem we have also here in the like. Okay, so if you try to like this one, it's not going to work. It's reloading the browser. That's the one bug we have. And if it's not reload, it will not like the actual comment you want to like it, because we have bug in the contract. Okay, which again I will show you in detail in the updated contract in the upcoming video. Okay, and the rest would be fine. If you come back to the creator section, here you will find all the user have created the property. That's all you will find here. You can see currently these are the demo data we have, but just wait, and here we have the two user we have created the property and the pricings are displaying. So it's looking fine. So in this particular code in final testing, we have 3 to 4 bugs. You can't buy the property. When you will try to buy the property, it will throw you an error. You can't buy, something like that. And the second problem we'll have, that when you will try to like the comment, it's going to reload the browser, and when you will like the comment, it's not going to like the comment which you want. If you like comment A, the comment like will go to comment B. So that's the problem we have, and there is more problem in the context page as well. So that's all I'm going to cover extensively in detail, and I'm going to show you the optimized version of that code as well, that how you can find the bug, how you can optimize. That's all coming in the future videos, so don't be confused. Okay, so this is the entire folders and files you will get once you will download that. I hope everything is making sense to all of you guys. Once you will download the file, the zip file, and once you unzip that, you will find all of these 4 folders. So you can test the way we have done all the testing of the template. You can see everything is working fine. We have no error in the code. Everything is optimized. Now let me show you that how you can deploy that one. So what I will do, I'll simply come up here. I will open up the terminal and I'm going to stop the application from running. So what I will do, I will simply cd dot dot, I will go back again, I will go back, and now I will simply go into the final code, and I'm going to delete the previous artifacts, previous contract, and I'm going to redeploy the contract. So in case if you want to redeploy the contract and you don't want to use the contract which I have already deployed, okay, so let me redeploy the contract. So let me open that one, and what I will do, I will do cd inside the final folder, final code. And the very first thing you have to do is open up this one, and first thing, when you will download the codes, you won't have this node module. Okay, so let me delete that one so you can be in the same footstep. So as you can see, when you will get the code, you will not have the node modules. So the very first thing you have to install the node modules, all the packages we have to install. So to simply type npm I, and it's going to install all the packages. But here you can see that I'm getting this error message because I have to get into the client folder, and right now I'm into the final code folder. So let me go clear the terminal and let me go into the client folder, cd client, and now I have to type npm I. So it's going to install all the dependency, all the packages which I'm using. You can see which we have in the packages and file. So it's installing, and here we have installed the packages. It's happening very quickly because my net is super fast. I'm using 5G. So here we have the packages installed successfully. Simply clear the terminal, and what I will do, I'll go back and I will get into the web3 folder, and now I have to install the packages. So let me come here, let me open this one, and let me delete this node module to show you one more time. And here you will have this basics one. So let me install the package. I'll type npm I, and it will install all the packages we have. It's looking fine, so just wait. The installation is happening. And close this one, come back here. So we are installing all the packages, and finally we have installed all the packages. Now the very first thing we have to do is, after installing the packages, so first step is to download the code, unzip that, open in your Visual Code Studio, and now you have to follow the same step which I'm explaining you here, so you guys will not have any confusion. Okay, so now what I will do, we have this web3 folder, we have all the packages installed. Now we have to deploy that. So I'll come back, I'll go to the come cd to the client folder, and if I type npm run dev, you can see that everything is working fine. So like if I come here, open up the browser, and this is the contract which I already deployed previously, and you're going to find all of the assets which are listed in that particular contract. If you click on that, you can have here in this category page, and here you will find all the properties in the respective categories. So you can see this is the old contract. You can click on this and you can able to have the entire data. So every single thing is working fine. We can able to have all of these details, and it's very important that you have to know. That's why I'm repeating the same thing over and over again, so you guys can have complete understanding. If you come back to the activities section, you can see we have all the activities, all the data related to the activities. So everything is working fine. Okay, because after you have to know all of this thing, because after that we have to do a couple of things. We have to deploy the contract. So this looks good, so things are looking fine. These are the creators we have. Every single data is coming, and we can easily able to have a look, and things looks fine. So now let's come back to the code, and now let's deploy the contract, new contract. We're not going to use this existing contract, we're going to deploy the new contract. So what I will do, I'll come here I'm into the context index, and here I'm going to change the address of the contract. So first we have to deploy the contract, and the index we'll get in return, that's what we have to paste here. So that looks fine. Now this is what I have. I will simply bring the terminal up, close this one, and first thing I have to get out of this folder, and then I have to get into the web3 folder. So I have to delete this artifact because this one is the old one. Delete this one, and in your case you have to delete as well, and you have to delete this cache as well. So here we have the entire contract, the updated one, and this is the one we're going to deploy that one. Okay, So I want you to have a look and you have to check that what we have done here. So things are looking pretty fine to me. We have used all of the things, looking amazing. Let's have a final look before we deploy. Okay, things looking good. And this is the old code, the previous contract, which has couple of bugs. That's all we have fixed in the above one. So that looks pretty fine, and this is what we're going to deploy that one. So I will come here, I'm going to simply clear the terminal, and now we have to get into the web3 folder, open the package.json file, and this is the command we have to write. So make sure if you deploy, you have to get your private key of your wallet, and that's what you have to get. So this is what you have to get. So what I will do, I'll come here, I have to get the private key. Simply grab the account details and click on export and paste here. Let me type my credential, confirm, and this is what I have. Simply copy and paste here, bring it up. So this is the exact thing you have to do. You don't need to do anything else. Only thing you have to do is to paste your private key. And once you have the private key here, you need to have couple of Mati coin, because we are deploying to the Polygon. So right now you can see that in my MetaMask I have close to 3 Mati coin, 0.3. So make sure to select the Polygon and come here, and you have to get couple of Polygon faucet. So simply type Polygon faucet, not formula, faucet. Yeah, click on this, click on that, and here you have to paste the address of your wallet. So click on this and save your address, copy the address and paste here, and so click on submit, click on confirm, and this will send you couple of Mati coin in your wallet address, so you can deploy the contract. Right now in my case the transaction failed because I already done in the morning and I already have enough Mati coin in my wallet to make the transaction. But in your case, if you have no Mati coin, then this is the process which you have to go with. So I'm already having, so that's why it's failed. So what I will do, I'll simply come up here. So make sure you have to paste your private key, you have to get some Mati coin in your wallet, and then you are ready to deploy the contract. So what I will do, I'll simply come up here. Things are looking pretty fine. I'll bring the terminal up, and now I have to get into this particular one. So here we have a script deploy, and this is the one we have to call to deploy the contract. So we'll type cd, we'll go into the web3, then we'll say npm run dev and deploy, hit enter, and this is going to deploy the contract. So here you can see that it's asking for a specific third wave version, so make sure to type yes if it's asking, but if it's not, then you can simply proceed ahead. So I'll say hit enter, yes, and it's going to install that particular version of the package, third wave 0.10.8 18, sorry. So it's taking a little bit time, so just wait, and it's installing the package. So just a moment, and it's going to happen very soon. Just a moment, Mr. Lower, and you have to say yes, okay, hit again, and here you can see we have successfully installed the packages, and now it's checking for update and it's compiling our contract. Once the compilation is get completed, it's going to, and here you can see that as soon as the contract is going to compile, we have the artifact and the cache get generated. So we have the artifact and the cache get generated, which is very important. You can see in that we have the entire ABI of our contract, and this is what we need. Okay, so things are looking fine to me, and here you can see we got back this particular URL. So our contract is successfully listed. So you can see it will open up this browser. Simply close that one, because our contract is not deployed yet. So to deploy our contract, we have to get this particular URL, copy that URL, come back, open and paste here. So we're going to use third way to deploy our contract, and here we have to make the transaction. So my wallet is automatically connected. So if your wallet is not connected, so make sure to connect that one and click on this. I already connected with the Mumbai. Make sure to tick mark this blue, and now click on this deploy. You can see the transaction taking place here. It's going to make 2 transactions. So first it deploy the contract, and the second is going to add it. Click on confirm, and here it's deploying the contract. This will happen very quickly, just wait. So it's deploying, and here it's adding to the dashboard. It's going to make another transaction. Click on confirm. So just wait. Here we are. Click on this sign, And when the transaction get completed, we're going to have a visual representation of the third wave dashboard. I hope you guys have watched the previous video, in that I've explained extensively about the third wave. And here you will find the entire contract. You can see all of the things which you will find. So we have newly deployed our contract. You will find the ABI, you will find the source code of the smart contract. That looks pretty fine. All you have to do is to get the address of this particular contract which you have deployed to the Polygon. So click on that address, come here, and I will close this one, bring this down, close this one, open the client, go to the context, and all we have to do is, let me type this new address, and we have to simply paste here, and we have to say old, and I will simply grab this one and grab this one. Here we have the address. And the one thing I want to tell you guys, that once you delete the old artifact, the artifact which I will provide when you will download the source code, if you delete that, then no longer you can use the contract which I have deployed, and you're not able to call the property which are listed, because you have deployed the artifact which I have provided, and you have a new artifact. So you can use the new one, but you cannot use the old one. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. So I will take the new contract address and I'm going to simply paste here, and that's the only thing you have to do. And now we have to simply start the application. So we'll simply go out of this folder and we have to go into the client folder, and we have to simply start the application. npm run dev, and here we have the start of the application. Click here, start the application to the localhost, and here you can see that our application is working absolutely fine. We have no error, you can see, and we have no property listed to this marketplace. It's absolutely brand new. We have no user, no property, no category, nothing at all. If you do the inspect element, you can able to find that we have 0 array, means no property we have listed. Now what I will do, I'll simply connect my wallet first. You can see I'm already connected, and here I have the balance. So the very first thing I want to do is I want to list the property. So to do that, what I will do, I'll come back to the create, and I will click on this. I will go to the Pinata, because I have already deployed the images to the Pinata, and that's the address that's the image URL I'm going to take, and I'm going to simply provide it. Click on this and let me log in. Here I'm into my dashboard, and let me come here, and this is the logo which I'm going to take. Click on that, copy the URL, come back here, and here we have, let me give the name. So I'll say the blockchain coders. Here I have to paste the URL, then I have to select the office category, and I will come to the blockchain coder. I'll click on this, go to the, you can come here, recent, click on that, and from here you can get the source code. So again, feel free to come and get the source code, and your contribution will help our community to bring this amazing tutorial. So I'll simply grab this entire intro, and I'm going to simply paste here, and come here, I will take this one, and I'm going to simply paste here, and you can give the pricing to your property. So I'll say 0.3, not minus, so I have to simply change to 0.3, 0.2, sorry. Click on preview, you can see it's working fine. Now click on create, and it's going to make the transaction. Here we have the MetaMask. Here again it's saying 2 transactions, we have to make only 1 transaction. Click on confirm, and we have to click on reset, so it's going to make 1 transaction. It's looking fine, it's happening, and you can see, click on this, and the transaction is still pending, and here the transaction went through. So we have successfully listed the very first property. If you come back to the home, and here you can see it's going to fetch the property, and here you have the property. Click on that, and here you will have the information about the property which you have provided. So every single thing is working fine. You can see all of the information, category, this is the comment, and all of the things are working absolutely fine. You can add comment, you can simply grab this one, paste, and add review, and you have to make the transaction. Again, there's no error we have in the code. You can see everything is working fine. It's making the transaction. Once the transaction will complete, it's going to reload the browser. So still the transaction is happening behind the scene. So click on this, contract is pending, and here the transaction went through, and here the browser is reload, and we have 1 comment in the application. If you come here, if you click on this like, you can easily able to like his comment. So it's going to open the MetaMask. Here we have that MetaMask. Click one more time, and here we have the MetaMask. Now make a confirm, and the transaction is happening, it's pending. You can speed that transaction by paying extra gas fee, but I don't want to do that because I already have a very less gas fee. And this looks fine. Now simply reload the browser. It's automatically reload once the transaction will complete, and it's fetching the data. So these are the demo images. We are only taking one image. You can take multiple images, it's totally up to you. And here we have the one like, and you can simply can't buy your own property, and you can simply update the pricing. So I want to update it to 0.5, update the price, and here we have to make the transaction, and that looks good. Just wait, it's reloading. Reloading. Why this collaborating? And the final transaction is completed, and here you have updated the price of the property. Just wait, and here we have the updated pricing. So these are also looking fine. Now what we can do, come back to the author, and here you will find all the property which author have listed. So this is the one property we have in the marketplace listed by you. So this is the one your, if you come back to the properties, the same property you will have here. And now if I want to update, I can do that very easily. Come here, let me give the name. So this time I will call Daulat Hussain. Show you the update function. Come back here, come back to the Pinata, and let me give the image. So this time I'm going to take my image. So let me take this Daulat one. Click on that, grab the URL, paste here, select the category to housing, and let me get this text, copy and paste. Let me get the demo text. You can type the address, paste, and here you can see that we are not allowing user to change the property pricing of the property by updating the data of the property. Okay, we have a separate function for updating the pricing. Now we have to simply make that update, and it's going to make the transaction, and the property data will be updated. So here we have to make the transaction, click on confirm, and the transaction will complete it soon. So just wait, the transaction is happening. You can open the MetaMask and you can see the transaction is happening very smoothly. So that looks pretty fine, and here the transaction is completed, and the browser will reload. Come back here and go to the authors, and here you can see that the data is changed, and here we have the new image, the new details about the property. The name is changed, the address is changed, the description is changed, and we have also changed the property. So everything's working fine, look fine. Okay, this looks good, no issues we have in the code. Let me bring this down. So this is the exact code you will get once you will download the zip file, and that looks fine to me. Simply come up here. So if you really want to get the code, all you have to do is come up here and click on this get code, and you can type that real, and or you can simply come up here, select the recent one, you will get this one. So make sure to come and get your code, because in that you will have the template, and that template we're going to use it, and we're going to modify everything from scratch. So I hope you guys have followed the previous videos. What we have done in that, we have built all the functionality, including the smart contract which has bugs. We have written the context which has bug, and that's all modification, that's all update we're going to do from the next video. So make sure to download this entire zip file, get the template, because we're not going to build the template from scratch. We're going to simply take the template and we're going to connect the template, and we're going to make this application live. So make sure to come and get. I'm going to attach this particular video here, so you guys can come and you can watch anytime, and you will know that what you have to do once you get the source code. Okay, so make sure to come and get the entire source code. Once you get that, then you can follow the next video. That's the only thing I want to talk about in this video. Hope you guys have understood that how you can get the source code, how you can test the source code, because a lot of cool things are going to be in the upcoming videos, and we'll talk about the advanced topics. We're going to update the context, we're going to update the contract, a lot of things I will explain in the upcoming video. So make sure to have these starter files, which will save our time, and we can focus on the core functionality. Okay, so that's the only thing I want to talk about in this video. In the next video, we're going to do the setup of our project. We will take the template, we're going to connect the template, and we're going to do all the configuration. So there is a lot of work we have to do, and that's all we're going to do in the next video. So let's move to that.